Okay, now going back to the entrepreneurship, yes, these are few flowcharts which I have, which will explain how what are the things when we start up, what are the things we would need. If you see, okay, we have a brilliant idea, we have built a minimum viable product. uh, First thing is we have to decide on whether we need a co-founder or we can go as a single person company, handle everything. So if you look at this flow chart, yes, it clearly explains what how you can make the decision. Okay, you can manage everything by yourself. Yes, you go solo. If you think you cannot go, now how do you go and identify a co-founder? Now, when you say a co-founder, he should be a person who can complement things. Like for example, I have an expertise in say 1, 2, 3 or ABC. Uh, if I find a co-founder who has the same expertise ABC, I think it won't be a complementing thing. So when I find a co-founder, mostly he has to be a complementing power who can together take things forward. So this flowchart, if you look at things, it clearly explains how to decide on whether you have to take a co-founder along with you, and if at all you are ready to find your co-founder, yes, what are the skills he would require? Will he take care of your weaknesses in the sense, if we put it other ways, whether he can take care of the things in which you are not expert, then it is a complementary skill. Yes. Help you discuss the bad ideas, because for me, my idea is the best idea in the world. Okay, people if somebody says there is somebody who can pinpoint the bad aspect of my idea, yes, on a constructive manner, it will take things forward. Now, sharing the workload, yes, it obviously helps in sharing the workload. uh, then commitment, yes, commitment level also should be the same, right? Because he is a co-founder, so he should have the equal commitment as we have, the founder has, and share the same vision. So obviously, vision sharing is the most important. So should have the same vision, same target, should be thinking of same destiny. So if you look at this flow chart, yes, you can decide on whether you should go alone. You can manage things everything on your own, or you need a consultant advisor, or you need a co-founder. Okay, so this is the thing. And next is the product market fit and validation. So yes, idea, we have the idea, we have the MVP ready, it works fine, works beautifully, but there should be people, right? There should be people to buy your idea. If there are no people who can buy your idea, who wants your idea, uh, no point. Because end of the day, it's business. We have to have the numbers. Okay. uh, Otherwise we'll not have a long run. Okay, so if there are no buyers for your idea, yes, it's not going to help, and it's not going to help in our long run. So how do we identify our product market fit? Yes, there are research involved in this. Identify the correct product market fit. So first, talk to friends. Friends are different. If you ask opinion about a thing to 10 people, yes, you'll have 10 different opinions. That is where people get confused actually. Then you can do research on your own, like you can have interviews, surveys. Researchers definitely do these things. Feedback on the products, and uh, say identify a few marquee customers you give it in free and get their feedback and all those things. And it's a constant research which happens, and we have to identify, yes, there are people who can buy this idea. Okay, so this is the flowchart which actually explains uh, how to identify the market fit and validate your idea. So this is very important before even. So this validation actually gives opportunity to pivot also. So when you get into this feedback loop, what happens is we get the opportunity to uh, 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 make our product idea better and better over time. So like for example, the first idea which we had is not the same as what we have right now after 5 years of operation. There have been lot of improvements, lot of changes happening through feedback mechanism only. So we have customers and they suggest few features, and we keep on adding them, listening to them. Okay, so that's how we identify. So it's a continuous effort and a very important aspect when we want to do startup. Next is the right pricing. Yes, pricing is one important aspect, especially in India. At least it is very uh, important point, as people would look at the pricing point very carefully. So this flowchart explains how to go about pricing your product. Okay, so is there a competition? No competition. Yes, you have the monopoly. If there is a competition, do you know their price? If you don't know the price, find out their price. Okay, okay. Now price is competitive. You are competitive. You have a competitive price. Now compare it with the features of the product with the competition. Okay, then if they have better features, obviously you don't have the edge, because then you'll have to pivot your product and get those features onboarded. So it's the iteration which goes on until unless until you get to the same point where you have same features or better features than your competition, and on top of it you have a pricing edge. So these kind of things, yes, on the iteration keeps on going, and you will see but at one point, when we say pricing point, end of the day it should not take you to the losses, right? And just to bring down the prices and against the competition, end of the day if you start making loss, it's of no use. So even if you are able to have a decent margin and if you are able to make a profit, yes, that is where you can place your pricing point and continue. And over the period, once uh, there are people who concentrate on volumes. So if you can make a lot of profit in volumes, yes, that is where the decision we have to make as uh, the startup people. So end of the day, yes, we should make profit and identify the right pricing point for your product. That is also an important point. Now, team building, yes, team building. I told in the initial stages, yes, networking and all is very important. So when we talk about team building, there is a very old way of doing things. We still have this interview process, which I personally don't believe in. The reason is just like in a 5 or say 10 minute interview, how would you identify uh, so many things? Because a good